Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Coffee with Renan. Cheers to you. Today, this is episode 4 of Coffee with Renan. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about my health stack. And you'll be like, why do I care about your health stack? What makes you so important? I'm not important, bro. But what I can tell you is that I used to get very sick very often. Literally every month I would have to call out, like almost every month I would have to call off from work. Like as of last year, I was getting very, very sick very easily. I literally would go to anybody that had a cold, and all of a sudden, like a day later, like me would have this, like I would have the same thing that other person had. Which, you know, I guess it's a good immune response. That it's an immune response. A cough, a fever, and all that is an immune response to whatever it's affecting you. But anyways, it was debilitating me. I wasn't able to keep going with my life. And so I was like, you know what? Is there something that I can do to improve my immune system or better my life so that I don't have to call off work and then start losing money? Because we don't value our health enough. Literally everything could go out the window if you don't have your health. Like, in this world, that's what keeps us going. Our metabolism gives us the energy to do things. You wouldn't be making money if it wasn't for your health and whatnot. All the other things are less important than your health, right? I'm not even talking about spiritual life and whatnot, because that could be higher, but health, more important right now for this video. Anyways, what did I start doing differently than before? I, for one, started drinking kefir. You're like, what the fuck is kefir? Well, kefir is a fermented drink that, well, they say the kefir grains and all that stuff, I don't know, I read the myth or legend, whatever, that in the Caucasus Mountains or whatnot, they used to carry their milk in like sheepskin like bag, and that over time with all the movement and all that, the fermentation of that created these things. Or there's the other legend where they were given by God to, like, Muhammad or something. Like, they're called, like, grains of the prophet in a certain region. Anyways, the benefits of those is that they keep your microbiome diversity, which means you have different types of species living in your gut, like in your stomach, not in your actual stomach, but that could be too. Like in your intestines and all that stuff. Which is good. Like, that's why people advertise, like, hey, you should eat your veggies for the microbiome, for the gut flora and whatnot. But I would, from the studies I read in PubMed, a thing like kefir would improve your microbiome diversity way better than vegetables. I'm not denying vegetables can be good, because that's my number 2 point. Eating more fruits and vegetables. That's what I started doing. Started eating more fruits and more vegetables, because they do have certain compounds that you want that are beneficial for your health. I don't want to talk much about veggies, because I'm not really a fan of veggies. But they do have their spot in your diet, unless you got like some kind of immune, like autoimmune stuff. But if you are thriving and you eat vegetables, good for you. You can keep them in your diet. Fruit, on the other hand, easy to digest, filled with nutrients, much easier, but if you're diabetic, still got to be careful. Anyways. So far we got number 1, kefir. Number 2, we got fruits and veggies. Number 3, we got red meat. I started eating a lot more red meat and organ meats. I started eating beef liver at least once a week. Or, I would start eating like beef heart or beef liver. And all these things, like tongue, like it's very popular, for example, in Mexico. I know they have like tongue tacos. Like, anyways. These foods, like these organ meats, are super rich in nutrients, packed with nutrients. Like, they're probably like the most nutritious foods in the world. Like beef liver, amazing. I recommend it. If you can tolerate it, or even if you can't tolerate it, you should probably give it a chance. Alright, anyways. Beef heart could be a good starter because it's just a little, like, it tastes like steak, and it still gives you a bit more nutrients than just regular, like, muscle meat. Alright. I'm going to include oysters on here, like that kind of seafood, but that's just a secret between us. All right, no, it's not a secret, but I didn't want to include that in the list because it's like I would put like organ meats slash like oysters and whatnot because they have like very similar like nutritional profiles in my opinion. I know anybody could take me out of context out of that. Anyways, we got number 4. You're like, what's number 4 now? And it's jumping on a trampoline. Yeah, jumping on a trampoline. I've already made an article on my website about it, about jumping on a trampoline. It can change your quality of life by a lot. I already like work out in the gym like normally, like a normal strength training routine and whatever conditioning. But apparently, jumping on a trampoline is one of the best ways for sedentary people to get their lymph flowing, like move their lymph, which needs to be moved, which helps fight infection and get rid of waste from your cells so that your cells are not living in their own shit. Kind of. Anyways. Alright, hold on. What do we got? Number 5. I started supplementing with magnesium. I started drinking, I started pouring a powder. Hold on, let me get my words right. I started putting this powder into my water every night. Kind of like a tea. I boil water, put the powder, every night. Helps you relax. And not only that, it helps in 300 plus processes in the body. Which, for example, there's a few articles that even with the big C like thing that we just went from a couple of years, not one, hold on, the vid, that's what I'm going to call it. Like, apparently, even on PubMed, there were studies that just supplementing magnesium can help you prevent the vid or having severe side effects. Severe symptoms. I don't like to mention this topic because all of a sudden YouTube is going to be like, hey, they're going to put this little banner over here. Whatever. Alright, so magnesium, really important. Next one, potassium. In nature, there's magnesium and potassium usually come like hand in hand, like a 10-to-1 ratio, I believe. I'm not quite sure the exact numbers, but I also take potassium to balance out my electrolytes with the amount of sodium that we eat every day. Our diet is filled with sodium, and that's why I take a lot of potassium to help the body, like your cells, keep that negative charge that they need to function properly. And also, you actually just need it. Like, just listen to me. You can Google it. Google the benefits of potassium. Who should take potassium? But that's what I'm doing. Alright, number 7. This one is really dear to me just because it has helped me so much. So many of you will be like, hey, this is like normal. But number 7 is garlic. Yes, I eat raw garlic every single day. Either be it at night or in the morning, but I get my raw garlic in. This is what I do. I chop up garlic, right? Chop up a little garlic, put it on a tablespoon, get half a lime, just pour it onto the freaking spoon. Then garlic with lime, it makes it much more passable for your palate. Because I know people are like, ooh, you eat garlic like that. Alright, listen. Well, lime, very good for you. Garlic, very good for you. You combine the two, it makes it more like passable for your palate. We're all good. Garlic, in fact, is the thing that I always take when I feel like I'm going to get sick and my routine is not working. I put a little bit of garlic in my diet, and boom. By the next day, I'm chilling. That's how I started taking garlic, actually. You can read all this stuff online. I'll make a website article for this, like aligning all this stuff, so you can just go look at the studies that I have based on everything. And number 8, simple. I get at least 6 hours of sleep minimum. I know it's really hard out here to get sleep. We're all currently distracted by everything and anyone and anything. Literally, world of distractions out here, including probably me, which you probably should be like studying or doing homework, and you're watching me. I mean, I appreciate you, but you probably should get to work. Alright. I don't know how long we have in this video, but we're gonna get a recap going. So I'll tag it in the description so you guys can hear. Just get straight to the point in Coffee with Renan. Alright, number 1, kefir. Number 2, fruit and veggies. Number 3, red meat and organ meats, including oysters. Number 4, jumping on a trampoline. Number 5, supplementing with magnesium. Number 6, supplementing with potassium. Number 7, eating raw garlic every day. Number 8, 6 hours minimum of sleep. And that's my stack to avoid getting sick. And it has been working as of September of last year, and I'm still going right now. Still tracking when I get bedridden sick again. Which last year, I used to be very, very often and very, very sick. So, as somebody who has been a very sickly person and no longer is a very sickly person, this is what has worked for me. If I forgot something, I will make sure to write it in the description or in the comments, or even in my new website article. But that might take a while, because I always have to research everything and link my articles there, so you can use it as a source of something of sorts. Anyways, we haven't actually finished our coffee, so cheers. This is for the thumbnail. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I know I ramble a lot, but this is Coffee with Renan. It's supposed to be legit. You're supposed to come into my life, and I share with you whatever knowledge I'm thinking about. It's the easiest way for me to get my knowledge out to you. Actually, easier than the shorts, because the shorts actually take time to edit. Anyways, if you like a different topic for next episode of Coffee with Renan or for any one of my shorts, be sure to leave it under the comments, and I will keep it in mind. For now, have a good night, goodbye, I wish you the best, and if it's late, you should probably get to bed, and if it's early, you should probably get to work. Alright, have a good night, good day, bye-bye.